Get ready for one of the biggest pulls of the summer, May.
Wrong one. Welcome to Beer Money Pulling Team. Sit down, shut up, and hang on. Everybody to Let's Grow Pulling. It's Monday, May 15th. Charles Post, Brent Yaren, Ryan Rusink, Cody Vanderholm, and our special guest for the first part of their show, Clint Metting, Bulletproof Buck, made the finals at the big dance this year in Louisville. That was, Metting, we love it when you do good because it makes us all smile, buddy. It makes us all smile.
So it makes me smile too.
It should. It absolutely should. The biggest pro stocks in the country. I got a logo over Charles' face. I want to fix that. Because we like Charles, or I could put my face up there. I suppose it wouldn't matter.
I don't mind hiding in the corner for once.
Yeah, for one. No, that's not what we pay you the $1 million a year for. So, welcome everybody. It is an exciting show for you tonight. Clint Metting's going to join us for the first part of the show, and then Ryan Christie, our title sponsor from Prescription Tillage. Am I saying this right? Say it with me, Cody. Prescription Tillage Technology. Got it. He's our title sponsor for the Pullers Championship. We'll talk about the pickup contest, the pick'em contest and stuff like that. But let's go right away into Mr. Metting. Nordheim May Feast Shootout, May 19th and 20th, Texas Truck and Tractor Pulling Association, this Friday and Saturday in Nordheim. Clint, what is the May Feast Shootout?
Well, it's something we started back in 2009. We did this in conjunction with the TTTPA, our Texas Pulling Association. They consist of seven classes, and basically it's just a big fundraiser for the Nordheim Shooting Club, which is a early 1900s stance hall that Lynette and I, my wife, got involved with probably before 2000 and helped run the chili cook-off. She still runs that, and we introduced the tractor pull in 2009. Their big deal used to be softball, and they would draw teams from just all over, and that went on for years, and that slowly kind of died out. And then we had a few years there that didn't have anything but the cook-off, and so when we got into pulling in 2009 with our light limited pro or hot farm, whatever they want to call it, I got geared up and got really interested in trying to get the TTTPA to come down and help us out. And we started the first year, we started pulling the tractor. We got them to come down, and just been growing it ever since. We've had really good years, but since we brought beer money on, it's just gotten better and better every year. So uh, basically, just raise money to keep the hall in check, do renovations, updates, and keep it going. So uh, we'll put on a Friday night show starting at 7, and it's all 7 classes. And then we'll start in the morning at 10 on Saturday. And we've got the TMTPA mini rods, and they've got anything from the garden tractors for the little kids all the way up to the V8s. And they put on a really good show. And then I've got a handful of some farm stock, a few probably Division III antiques, farm stocks, and possibly a few decent pickups. So we'll have that. We'll run them after the TMTPA show, and then we will regroup and get our track ready and get ready for the show that starts at 6:30 on Saturday night. And then we'll wind up the whole afternoon with a dance inside the hall, which is really cool. We've got Nathan Colt Young playing from 9 to 1, and then we wrap up the whole weekend Sunday with our that they've been doing forever. They do a big pork barbecue, and we cook everything ourselves and we serve dine-in or to-go plates, and have a Nick Russell is playing Sunday afternoon for I think 4 hours. So that kind of draws people in to sit around and listen to some music, and that pretty much wraps up the weekend. And we do have obviously the chili cook-off, like always. Barbecue, it's 5 categories, and then I think we've got a dessert category and a triple. What the heck is it? There's 7 altogether. 5 to go for the Triple Crown, and then we've got a just a contest just for the chili. I'm at a loss for words, which that's not uncommon, but you can compete just to cook that and win a prize with it, and then the Dutch oven dessert. So anyway, 7, we give away prizes for all of that and auction all the stuff off starting at about 4 o'clock, and that money and everything all proceeds to the hall as well.
Hey Charles, have you ever got to announce like an auction for a cook-off like this, where people buy the winning food?
No, I'm not much of an auctioneer. I'll be honest.
Well, either am I. But Clint said, "Hey Schultz, my auctioneer didn't show up, so get your ass over to the hall and start talking." And
kind of got in a bind, and I think we had probably the biggest auction, one of the biggest turnouts as far as making money. I just can't get any words out today. I don't know what's wrong, but we probably raised the most money with Schultz in the Nordheim Shooting Club, auctioning and off our stuff. He did a really good job.
well, once I figured out Charles, who was kind of competing with each other, then it was fun. But the first couple rounds I was a little timid. I queued up my Uncle Paul in the back, and if I didn't have anybody bidding, he knew what to do, and we had a blast. By the end, I felt really good about everything, and that was fun. And then that's damn good food, Metting. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, Schultz, you're lying though when you say you were timid. I've never met you in a timid moment.
No.
Yarn just smiles. But no, I was shy. Well, I was unexpected. I didn't know prep, no nothing. Not that I do a lot of prep for anything anyway. You guys know me well enough, but more than 32 seconds would have been okay. But I got to help my boy Clint Metting out. So my question is, Clint, did you used to play softball?
No.
Okay.
I drank beer and cooked barbecue. We used to compete in the barbecue cook-off.
Yeah.
I cook pretty good barbecue, I guess. But I don't know. Got into pulling, and I do that. I like to do that a lot more than cook barbecue.
Yeah, we like you tractor pulling more than cooking barbecue also. So, is Texas Truck and Tractor Pulling Association kind of where you cut your teeth?
That's where we started. Yeah. 2006, Lynette and Connor was just real little, and we started pulling antiques. And we had graduated up. We were hauling 4 of them around, and when I had a chance to buy the old original Bullfrog, we were just basically going to build it to exhibition with the antique deal, and kind of found out about the Texas Truck and Tractor Pullers and realized they had a class that thing would fit in. And so we started putting it together and asking questions. And I found out that I had bought a whole lot of outdated stuff and stepped up and got something that would compete. And we've done well with the Texas bunch. We stumbled here in the last few years, but we've been really kind of focusing on the pro stock. So Bullfrog sits in the corner most of the time.
That's okay. That's where I got to see both of your boys drive a hot farm for the first time. Or,
Yep.
That was fun down there in Nordheim.
Yes, it was. I think John Link used to come down. He pulled with us, and I think both of his boys debuted first time there as well. So, we've had a lot of fun. I didn't even realize till I counted up the other day. This is going to be our 15th year. So, man, time flies.
Is that one of the last round dance halls in Texas, or how many of those are still around down there?
There's another one that's around the corner from us. They just have a festival twice a year. They do a sausage festival. They all get together and make sausage and have it on Sunday, and a dance usually as well. But then there's not a lot of stuff going on. They do that twice a year, and there's not much going on other than those 2 festivals. There was a third one that was pretty comparable to Nordheim, and it actually caught fire and burned down. I don't know whether it was lit or that was a bad deal, but they actually all got together. The shooting club was the main host site for all of their fundraisers. We furnished the hall to them for free, and they had a bunch of kind of gala, what they called them, where they would sell tickets and wine and dine you, and had a lot of donated prizes. Basically, they raised a ton of money and rebuilt the hall, way more modernized, but with the octagon same style, and it's doing real well. They actually have quite a few events there, just mainly because it's air conditioned and it's a little bit more user friendly. Our hall is hot in the summer and kind of cold in the winter, but it's very nostalgic with, it's the real deal. And so there's not a whole lot of those left. There's a few more that are around, but with not much activity in them, they're kind of falling to decay and whatnot. Ours is in good shape. We keep updating, renovating. We did a lot of work to the restrooms and the kitchen and modernized all of that. So we've got a really nice facility with still the old school look.
I like that. One of the things I love that you do, I'm going to bring this up on the screen now. You give out coolers to all the winners, and Charles, you've announced a lot of polls. These are pretty cool. The guys really like these.
It looked to be the legit deal. It looked like real thing. Yetis, right? Or is it Arctics?
I think they're
There's both good.
We actually this year we're doing some really nice folding chairs. They're going to be embroidered with the class name and then the sponsors. So we're going to try that this year. Kind of let some people know about it, and they seem to be, really pumped up about, about the chair deal. We can always go back to the coolers, but we've done them, I think, since we started.
Oh, yeah, I think there's a few guys with a wall of coolers Metting after I've been down there announcing.
Now they're going to have a chance to win a chair so they can sit by their cooler and drink the beer.
Well, I know I sat on a couple of those coolers, so it's all good.
No, it's a good deal. It's a good deal, and it seems to be growing every year. We tend to fight the weather just almost every year. This one probably is shaping up to be kind of the same, but we're on a hill there, kind of shallow caliche ground, so it dries quick. And if we get the weather they're telling us we're going to get and can get a Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, we'll be able to make it happen, no problem. So there's no plan other than to go ahead and get it done. And the track's going to take some work. It's wet. We plowed in a bunch of shavings probably 2 or 3 weeks ago, and so I had it plowed up, offset it about 6-8 inches deep, and it's wet. But I've got some tools to fix that. So
I'm just flipping through some pictures I took last year. So there's a bulletproof buck sitting at home when I stopped out by your house. That's in your shop there. So let's talk, before we let you go, let's talk pro stocks. The bulletproof buck. Again, both your tractors were in Louisville this year. You made the finals with the buck. What happened in the finals with the bulletproof buck, Clint? You didn't quite have the steam it had to make the finals when you won your session there.
no, it had a hell of a head of steam, but the 8-inch exhaust elbow came off of the back of the Charger, and it just basically filled the engine compartment, full of exhaust, and it just choked. We made a really good run. We had an oil leak on Thursday night, and that was as simple as just the turbo speed sensor. I didn't have a turbo speed sensor in it. We just had the Allen-headed bolt, and that's probably the only bolt that we didn't touch on it when we were in Indiana. And that thing came out, and that's where the oil was sheeting out of when I made my run. And so we basically got back to broadband, and whenever you win, it's pretty cool because everybody that's anybody comes to see you. So I had all the Weimer boys, Rob Russell, the Simons were over. They wheeled their little beer cart over there, and of course it would have been a lot funner if we wouldn't have had the issue. And we pulled the screen off, and we had a decent amount of metal in it, and that worried me. And Rob Russell told me that we ought to just call it a day. We put almost 10 feet on the leader, won the class very handedly, and we're pumped about that. But it was not a good feeling knowing that we probably ought to not run it again. But we cleaned the screen, and we went ahead and fired it, and it didn't have any blow by. The motor was good. It had a piston that was basically scuffed and giving up some metal. And so Friday we started early, and we pulled the sheet metal off and basically ran the valves, changed the oil, did all the maintenance to it. And Mike Witt let my handful of people stay in there Friday night. And the last thing we did about 3:30 on Saturday morning was put the elbow under it. And everybody's fuses was pretty short. We were all wore out, tired. And Conley and I put it on and got the V-band on it and had it snugged up. And then it just seemed like everything went together fine. And then put that big indoor pipe on it. And I guess we just didn't have something quite seated. But, it had a run in it. It had sat down, and it was fixing to make a pass. I don't doubt at all that it could have been a top 3 contender. But for whatever reason, that elbow just came loose and pulled away about 2 inches from the back of the turbo, and it just filled everything full of soot. And that was it.
Yep. It choked on its own sweat, if you will.
Yep.
So.
We're getting it figured out at that place. That's a lot of fun. We had a lot of help from Kevin and his whole crew. And Connor had a really good run. We had some water leaking out of his cooler boxes. We didn't get a chance to get his to Josh. Josh Miley did all the work on the 830. And we got the tank mounted up front and put the fuel tank in the back. And we just didn't have time to do both of them. So Connor's had some saddle tanks that we used. And one of them was spraying quite a bit of water at mid-track. And thought we had a hole in the intercooler core, which didn't make sense because everything's new. But we pressure checked everything, and I think it's just a loose fitting lid on that box. And it basically, when it got full, it was just pushing it out, splashing out. I don't know, but we're actually going to try to have it at May Feast and make a run both nights with it. So the engine for mine is still at Riverside, and we're supposed to have it back, and we're going to try to have them together and hopefully make Farley. I don't know. Nashville, Illinois is the first PPL hook. That one's penciled in, but I don't know that we can make that one, but we're going to try. So,
yeah, June 2nd and 3rd is Nashville, and then June 9th and 10th is Farley, Iowa.
Yeah.
So, and then
our whole goal this season is basically just we're kind of waiting to get the sheet metal done. Our tractors have got to be made more user friendly. They're super cool, but you need to be able to raise the hood, and you need to be able to raise it with a button or something really easy to access, to run valves. One thing I've noticed with the big pros, they like to rattle stuff apart. You need to tighten bolts, check all your V-bang clamps, just do your maintenance. And our tractors with the 5.0 setup, they just never needed much maintenance. One time a year, I think we'd pull the hoods and we'd run the valves and everything was perfect. And we just basically changed oil. We did more maintenance on the toter than we did on the tractor. That's quite the case with these. So we're going to give it a try and see what happens. They're set up to run that way. And my gearing and everything is set up to run. We did all that thinking I had low enough gears for Outlaw, and everything is just set up to run this cooler. So we're going to wait as soon as the sheet metal guy calls. Connors is probably going first. Going to get the 60-30 done where it'll tilt. And we can make it work. And then the 830 will be next, and hopefully they'll both be done. And hopefully we'll make enough hooks that we can put in for the farm show next year and take another stab at it. We love to go there. It's a really neat deal, and if you can get one in the finals, it's something else.
Yep. Brent Shorefighty says best of luck and hope to see you guys in Nashville. He's part of the 618 Motorsports crew down there.
Okay.
So he'd love to see you. We're going to see Brent in a couple days, but he'll also be helping with the PPL poll as well. Clint, before we let you go tonight, last time you saw Don Masterson before he passed away?
He came down to the shop 2 times while we were there. The pictures I posted was, I think they were on Thursday, because we loaded up Thursday and then we headed out Friday morning. No. What the heck? I'm wrong. That was Tuesday morning. And actually we loaded up Monday and we headed out Tuesday. Hell, I'm all backwards. I was in Grandview, Indiana for close to a month. So I got my days mixed up. But, yeah, he had come down Monday and got to hang out. And he, other than just not being able to get around and walk his left side, he just never got his motor skills back on his left side. But other than that, he was sharp. And it was really, really cool to see him.
Oh, that's great. That is great. I'm glad you got to do that. Did they get Grandview Gangster stickers made yet for you guys, all you guys that work with Kevin?
If they've got some, I got to get mine because, I think they've actually got some made. I don't know.
I think you've earned it, Metting. I think you've earned it.
Well,
so.
I was just honored to get to go be in their little circle. That is a class act.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Well, Mr. Metting, good luck this weekend with the Texas Truck and Tractor Pullers Association. I hope the weather works out for you. I hope you have a gigantic crowd, and I hope the Pro Stocks run good for you. And we'll see you in Farley, my man. So
that'll work. We'll be there.
All right. Have a good night, buddy.
Thanks for having me on, Jason.
Thank you. Take care.
Take care, guys.
See you, Clint.
See you, Clint.
All right. Thanks.
Gotta love yourself a Clint Metting sighting. That makes me happy. So I like that. Yeah. Great family. Just we all know him really well. Everybody on the screen. I don't know if Charles knows him as well as I do, but the rest of us, Cody and Ryan, get to see him a lot more.
I have not met him in person, to be honest.
Yeah, he's a great guy.
Either, actually.
Well, Bruce and I and Cody can vouch for the Metting family. They're good people. They are good 100%. People.
Yep.
And the cups that he mixes his Crown and Cokes for me, Charles, they're like Texas big gulps, and that's all I'm going to say.
You get some Crown and some Coke.
Yeah. We have he actually has his own ice machine in the shop. Okay, so when you get there, and it's a good freaking time. That's all I'm going to say. It's a good freaking time. And he lives out in the country. And what is it, guys, when they burn off that gas off the oil fields? Methane? Is that what that is, or just?
Yeah, when they burn it off the. Yeah.
It's just neat because you go out behind the shop and it's just dark, and then you see the flame in the distances, and down there in South Texas, it's pretty cool. It is pretty cool. So, well, Brent, before we bring our title sponsor on, let's do a 5-minute kind of overview. We know it's the Pullers Championship week. What do you want to do before we bring Ryan on?
Yeah, let's. So we're going to be bringing on Ryan Christie, our title sponsor, with Prescription Tillage Technology. So obviously,
hey Brent. Before you go, I know this is working, Cody, because my dad does not watch our shows, and he called me today, and he's like, "Hey, who's this new title sponsor you got? He's in farming." And I'm like, "Yeah." I go, are you using the stuff yet? No, but I'm actually going to watch the show. And I said, are you just saying that because he's like our title sponsor? He goes, no, I'm actually interested because this is something I could actually use. So I know it's working because my dad, if you guys follow my dad on social media, it's all Trump stuff and all very, very conservative and farm stuff. So all of a sudden he was like, hey, who's your new title sponsor for TPC? And I'm like, oh, Prescription Tillage Technology. He's like, oh, cool. He's like, I said, it's one of Cody's friends. He's a truck puller. He's a good dude. I can't wait to meet him. We're on the show tonight. But that was just funny because my dad we've been doing the show for, I don't know how many years now. And my dad never asked about the show. So I just thought that was funny. So
That's good.
But yeah, Bowlers Championships this week, May 19th and 20th, Friday and Saturday. So 6 p.m. start time, both nights, $20 each night. There is no weekend package or anything. If you cannot make it in person, live stream is available. Just go to thepolarschampionship.com and click on the live stream tab. We are also doing a pick'em contest where you can win a 2024 event package where you will get weekend tickets for next year, as well as next year's event t-shirt. Speaking of t-shirts, we do have t-shirts that will be available. The t-shirt design, we haven't posted it actually. I'll send it to you, Schultz, when we bring on Ryan, and then we can show that at the end of the show. But yeah, we have the design for the t-shirts. And then all the lineups are available on the website. So if you just go to the website and click on lineups, you can see the lineups for each night. If you click on the event info tab and scroll down, you will be able to see the polling order for each night as well. There will be a kid zone. The Raminator monster truck will be on display there. We will have a bounce house. There will be a kiddie pedal pull, I think starting at 2, maybe 3. I don't know that date off. I forget the exact time. Well, I'll try to remember to make a post about that. Also, if you will be in attendance, you can sign up to win Morgan Wallen tickets. I forget the date of the show, but it's whenever he's in St. Louis. I think it's the following month in June, maybe July. I forget the exact dates again, but there'll also be a post on that coming this week.
They're Holzhauer's personal tickets, right?
Yeah, so they're $800.
They're not where I would buy tickets.
Yes, they're $800 face value is what
How much?
he told us. $800 face value.
Holy cow!
So they are. They're definitely not nosebleed seats.
No, they better not be.
So yeah, if you guys are going to be in attendance, you can sign up both nights, and then I believe it's going to be for. I'm not sure if it's for both fish pulls or just for the one. I forget exactly. But you can sign up for those tickets to be drawn. Just trying to go over some quick information here. Then we can bring on Ryan, and then we'll come back again at the end here and kind of go over the details. But just stay tuned to the Facebook page. A lot of information on there. We're trying to post everything about it. I know.
Hey, Charles, can you throw the Pick'em contest link into the chat, please? Or into the regular chat for everybody? Thanks, buddy.
Yep. So we have had a couple pullers that have had to drop, unfortunately, but we have filled those positions. So no worries there. Still going to be an awesome show.
If you were a puller, what do they need to bring with them, Brent?
Yeah. So then for the pullers, there's one thing that we really need from you if you could do it ahead of time. So you should have gotten an email from us, and it should have a W-9 form attached to it. Please fill that out and bring it with you, or you can scan it back and send it back in an email. And I'll print it out and take it with me. If you send it after I leave Wednesday morning, I'll print it out when I get down there, but at least we'll have record of it. We can get that sent out. So we just want to be able to have your information on hand so we can get you paid right away. Not right away. It'll probably be the following week once we finalize our expenses and the purse and how much money we brought in and everything. So, but last year I know we had to kind of track some people down because their information, we couldn't read it or it wasn't filled out fully. So please try to fill out the information 100% and just bring it with you. We will have forms in case, for whatever reason you didn't get it, didn't get the email. We will have some, but it speeds up registration big time by having that done.
And payment too for Megan afterwards.
Yeah.
So yeah.
So just trying to keep things a little bit more organized, and Again, PPL will be running the event, so staging and scaling, all that stuff, it'll be run a lot smoother. We'll have people that do it all summer long. They're well-oiled machines, so they've been to the facility. They know what they're doing. I'm pretty sure they're planning to come and find you, so you don't have to go to the scales yourself. So just like a normal PPL event. So it's going to be a lot more organized this year, not as chaotic. And we will have a lane open. I know that was one of the complaints last year. That was something it's an oversight. And so we'll have a lane open if you want to leave on Saturday after you're done pulling. And then also, if you were there in person last year, the speaker system is fixed on the pit side, so you can sit on that side and you won't have any issues hearing. So,
and there are trash cans.
And trash cans, yep. Yep, plenty of vendors will be available as well. We'll be selling beer and water and soda, so all sorts of
things. Well, I know if you watch our
things.
show, which we know a lot of people watch our show every night, we talk about this a lot, but without a hose hour, we'd be dead.
Yep.
And we're very gracious for prescription tillage technology. But you guys, if Brad will continue to build this up into what it can be, with extra seating, whatever it's going to take. So if you can support this event in, any way, and the live stream, it is the easiest way to do it. And we have one of the best doing it. Zolik puts on an awesome live stream. If you ever, paid for the Midwest Winter Nationals and Shipshawana, you can see the quality of entertainment that he puts on, for you watching at home. So shout out to that as well. So,
and then see a question there about media. So you do have media credentials. You would have gotten an email. Just park in the spectator parking. You can go and find the map under the event info tab where the spectator parking will be. And then when you go to the event gate, it'll be the gate that leads into the pits. Your media credentials would be there. So just give them your name and they'll be able to give you your credentials. And then also you'll be filling out the waiver there as well and getting your wristbands. So once you fill out that information, you'll be able to get into the pits and your media credentials are good for the weekend.
Love it. So our next guest is going to be Ryan Christie, owner of Prescription Tillage Technology, our title sponsor, presenting sponsor of the Pullers Championship. And again, we raised enough money to cover our costs. Every dollar goes back to the Pullers guys from the gate and in the live stream back to the Pullers. And this is our dream. 2 years ago, we the Let's Grow Pulling gang kicked this idea around and we went to Holes Hour and he said, let's do it. And now we're just trying to make it better every year. And without further ado, Ryan Christie. There he is. Hey, Ryan, how are you? Can you hear us okay, Ryan? Oh, he's muted.
He's muted.
Take the mute off.
Unmute your mic there, Ryan.
Perfect.
Oh, shoot. No, I did it. Don't touch it. That was me. Okay, sorry, Ryan. So,
not a problem at all.
Cody?
Yes, sir.
You know more about farming than the rest of us on the show. Okay. Roos knows about old cool tractors, and you know more about farming. So this is your turn, big guy.
Well, Ryan, I guess the main thing is give us a kind of 30-second flyer review about the company and the products, and then we can dive a little bit deeper into what you guys do best.
Okay. So Prescription Tillage was built and designed for the farmer. Originally, all the designs are farmer built. Nothing here is technically what you would say paper engineered. So it was designed for the farmer by a farmer to perform in the field. And obviously the agronomic advantages are what we're always going after, and then the quality of the parts. So we're definitely excited to be a sponsor this year. And this is definitely something we look forward to in the future also with you guys. So we're very, very happy to be part of this community.
So I guess one thing that stands out of, obviously we can see on the screen like a serrated blade versus a normal like True V that guys are used to. They go to the dealership and buy a normal straight edge True V. What's the benefits of a serrated blade to the farmer and what that means for their seed trench?
So obviously the serration is going to do a lot better at cutting trash or stubble, especially no-till conditions. But there's a lot of other advantages that a lot of people don't understand at first. So a round blade has a tendency to choke in the soil. The only thing kind of turning those round blades in the soil is that sidewall pressure, keeping them moving in forward motion. So the teeth actually drive our blades. And as we do that, we're able to create more of a U-shaped furrow in the bottom of that seed trench instead of a V. And that really helps prevent seed lodging and helps promote seed to soil contact as we go through the soil.
So if I remember right, we're talking about flow of that soil through the blade.
Yep.
Through a serrated blade is going to be more efficient and more than just a straight edge. Is that correct?
That's correct. Yep.
Yeah. So the big thing is, guys, I tell guys this all the time, is you get one time of year to get the seed planted right. It doesn't matter what you do after the season to try and correct that, but you've got one opportunity to get that seed at the right depth, the right spacing, and everything. And I don't know how many planters I go up to that. I mean, it's gauge wheels are shimmed wrong, true V's are shimmed wrong. Like, that's critical. And, being able to come out with a product like this that's able to go in and help fix that, because, I mean, we can change soil type every 6 feet down here where we live. And, some guys are blessed that it's nice square fields, but when you farm in the hills, you can have 12 different soil types on an 80-acre field. And that's what, being able to get that soil flow through the blade makes a huge difference. So, it's exciting to see that. And I've had customers that run it. I've had customers that absolutely love it. And, so I can say, yeah, it's a quality product that, you guys have done a lot of research and product improvements over the years of, everything from the hubs to, the bearings that you guys put in there are heavier duty than like an OEM blade, correct?
That's correct. So a lot of your OEM blades they're coming with a stamped hub, and that kind of promotes flexibility in the hub, and it doesn't have a very good bearing to actual hub contact. And that's where you can see some people in tougher conditions that blade will actually kind of walk around a little bit and sometimes break the rivets off or snap off completely. And with our hub, until this year, we've been running all forged hubs. So all forged here in the US and machined here. So ours is extremely rigid, 100% bearing contact to prevent blade flex. So as you're going into some tough conditions, some of those problems are caused by that hub, which are, if it allows the blade to deflect, it narrows that seed trench, which promote problems as far as like seed lodging and or excessive wear on your guards and so on and so forth. Well, that hub makes a big difference. The bearings are definitely an upside too. As far as the bearings we've been currently using, they're very generic as far as across the board, as far as any seed or blade manufacturer. The biggest difference in ours is we run a different class. And so instead of a lower grade bearing, we actually pay the premium and get one that's closer to an aerospace tolerances, which is for us has been a direct result of about 50 to 75% more life out of that bearing compared to some of our competitors. This upcoming year, we've got a couple cool new things coming out. We are going to step away from the forging game, mostly because of the dangers in that processing. And we are sent out this year all of our preliminary units, along with what we've been doing our research studies on over the last couple years, with our new billet series hubs. So 100% machined out of American new core material, and our new bearing that's coming out. This new bearing is going to be extremely important, I believe, in the future, because one of the biggest complaints I usually get are the blade's not bad, but the bearing's bad. The bearing went out, or it broke the hub off, but the blade's still good. It's still within specifications. So that's a lot with the OEM side. What we're going to do with this new bearing is this new bearing in testing, and this year out so far has shown about 10 times the life of a normal bearing. So as you buy our product, the hub is good for the life of the planter. So as long as you've purchased our parts once, you don't have to buy the whole kit assembly again, which actually brings us very cost competitive and or beating any OEM part you can actually kind of buy in the store. because we're supplying the blade and the bolts, and you just unbolt your old blade, bolt the new one back on. The good thing about this new bearing is it's really that simple. You don't have to change the bearing every time you put a set of blades on. And a lot of people get really timid as far as pushing bearings out and pressing them back in, or so on and so forth. And not everyone has hydraulic presses. So this really solves that problem. It puts them up there for a good long time as far as that package goes.
Hey Ryan, read that question on the screen right now.
Yes, we have a lot of customers for Kinsey. For actually about 2 or 3 years, we were a aftermarket option for Kinsey. Kinsey has since cut its aftermarket side, but we do sell through all the Kinsey dealers. So if you are requesting our product or information about our product, you can go to your local Kinsey dealer and they can get that information for you.
Cool. Ryan, how long has the company been in business? When did you guys get started?
The business originally started approximately 12 years ago. And, we started out with grinders in the shop, building parts for ourselves, and quickly moved into the sales side, introduced by some other people. And, when we first started, we were originally in just the tillage blade industry, not the seeders. We've since then have flipped. We're more in the seeder side than we are the tillage side. And there's been a lot of reasons behind that. But originally when we started out, there was, we were using different materials such as like Hardox 450, AR 500 and stuff like that. And using extremely costly processes to make the parts, which would have been like water jets and stuff like that. But, we kind of slowed back and pulled back for about a year or two before we went full on with the heavy manufacturing of the cedar blades. And we kind of backed off that tillage blade side just a little bit, just because the complexity of the part and the variance between manufacturers. Where the cedar blade, you can make the quantity, and relatively the blade is very similar across the planners as long as they're in the True V configuration versus like a Case IH or Great Plains offset. So since then, I'm sure maybe some of you know that we're moving into our new facility right now. We're expanding. We're very excited about it. And we're going to be bringing back that tillage side this year. So all of the processes have been perfected on the cedar blades for years now. All of the materials and the build, all the fun proprietary stuff is very, very good on that. And so we have the opportunity to bring back the tillage blade side. We're talking anywhere from strip till and hydrous, high-speed discs, regular discs. We're going to be jumping into that late fall this year and starting to offer that out for people again.
So you talk about moving into a new facility. You're not just, sitting the stuff off, walk through like some of what you guys are doing, and how much of it is in-house that you guys are doing yourself.
So we pretty much build everything you see in-house. The only thing that's not built in-house is practically the bearings and a few of the bolts. We are bringing in some new machines to even do our own bolts, and it's not a cost issue. It's more of a quality issue. So we like to put out a quality product, and the best way to control that quality is obviously having the parts in-house. That way we control that issue. We have had some issues in the past where very, very reputable manufacturers and have made good parts for us have had quality issues, and it's really hard for us being, a company of integrity to have these issues. It's easy to put a Band-Aid on it and send someone free parts, but that should never be a problem. So, but everything you see, laser blanking, the machining, the heat treat, the painting, everything, the assembly, that is all done in-house. So we're very proud of that.
Yeah, I remember the first time I walked in and you're like, hey, come look at these robots that we've got. And they've got robots that take it from one CNC machine and put it up back on the pallet or put it down the rail to go down to the next place, and they've changed and grown over the years type of thing. And it's really fun to watch them and watch them expand on what they're doing and know that, it's the mentality is, you're helping guys change the world effectively. Because if a guy helps increase his acres, plants the seed better, it helps us yield, and down the road, every farmer down the road that helps change the world on production wise. So
It's a hell of a jump from angle grinders in a shop 12 years ago.
Oh,
Well done, sir.
yeah, it looks good right now on the computer, but there's a lot of gray coming in, and I'm not that old yet. So, but it's been a excellent journey, and there's always been good and bad times, and I don't think I would take any back. But as to what Cody said, as far as the progression, first off, we were all manual. I had so many people running machines and loading stuff in and out, and as in anyone else today in this world would say, it's hard to find good help. So I pulled back a little bit on that, and we took a risk on doing some robotics, and luckily we were good enough to do a lot of that ourselves, and it's worked phenomenal. It was able to bump production by 70%, and that way we could get all of our good guys and our quality guys doing better jobs to ensure product quality moving forward, and production's increasing all the time. So yeah, when Cody saw the last facility, there were 3 or 4 bots there, 2 of which were running full time. A couple of the others were just partial. With the new facility, we've already got 12 landed on the floor, and the first 2 should be in production here in about the next 30 days or so. And we've got 2 brand new lines worth of machines in, and keeping our existing lines over here now. So we're very excited to ramp up and see what we can do. Help every farmer we can help is definitely a good thing for us.
I remember the time that you told me that your wife was going to be running one of the machines in the backyard in the house in town.
Yes. So, well, that was for pulling parts, though. That's talk about that. But
all right.
I was gonna say, you got everybody else's attention all of a sudden.
Well, let's transition into this.
All
Tell
right.
us about your pulling. Tell us your pulling story.
Well,
You're a puller.
yes, yeah.
Let's hear about it.
Well,
Cody and I think, are the only 2 who on this panel who have ever seen you make a pass.
Well, it's the most expensive habit that I'm glad I have. So
that's actually like really fun.
Holy hell, that deserves to be on a T-shirt.
I was just gonna say there's Jason's next T-shirt.
yeah, well, I've always loved pulling. Farm kid, we always grew up. We went out to Louisville several times, watched anything from the Outlaws, the NTPA as I was growing up. Always a dream for me. I never really could. I don't think I could do the budget on the tractors, but I'm big into the diesel trucks and stuff. So I figured, we'll pull in the stock class and see how it feels, and then that's the.
You just wait.
Yeah.
Oh no, he's already fallen off the deep end, Charles. Trust me.
Yeah,
He's already gone down that road, fallen down a rabbit hole.
And if there's anyone out there, if I can give you some advice, if you do it, you're gonna love it, and I wish your pocketbook the best, because you're just gonna keep moving forward. The first time you make a pass and you get the leg jitters at the end, it was exciting. It was that year I just went, wow. I made one pass a stock truck, had a great time, and I was like,
shit,
we're building a pulling truck. And the whole time, my old man, he saw me bring a chassis home, and he's like, oh, we can't do this. And I was like, we're doing it. And he was like, please tell me you're not doing what I think we're doing. I'm like, kind of got to do it now. And so, yeah, first year was a lot of hiccups. I pride myself in building stuff, obviously. So about everything you see on my rigs are built by me, minus, some turbo and some fueling stuff. But no, the first year was a rough year. Definitely a learning curve. We jumped into the 2.6 smoothbore, and it's fun class, great entry class. I wish the turbos were cheaper though, but it's a good class. But to be competitive, you do have to have some of that stuff, But the second year we kind of got stuff going. The engine and the motor stuff were dialed in. It was more chassis setup, and that was a hard curveball for me. Motors and everything make a lot of sense to me, and so that's not a big deal. But chassis setup, there's there's an art to it. And in the pulling community, there's some characters out there. They'll give you just enough to get you going, but they're not going to give up any secrets either, which you have to appreciate. They don't want to be behind you in the sled either. So, but it's a great community.
What? You mean there's some secret sauce to this?
Oh, when it comes to chassis work and how people weight stuff and kind of how they design everything, there's a lot of secrets to this game and a lot of technique to it that it goes overlooked when people just go to a pull and they don't really know what's going on behind the scenes. It's a real, actually kind of a scientific game versus people hitting the throttle and blowing smoke, So, but we kind of got the chassis dialed in. A lot of things were happening with the company last year, so I had to take the year off. I did let that truck, I sold that truck, let her go. And this year, a lot of positive things are continuing to happen, and we're very excited. So instead of making a responsible decision and going back to the 2.6, I said, well, let's build a pro stock and see what happens. So it's sitting here. It's about ready to go. Motor's in there, ready to go, and just have to do some stuff on the drivetrain. I can't promise that it'll be on a track within the next 60 days because the move and the work we're doing right now. But I was lucky enough. In the meantime, I talked one of the employees into jumping in. So he's running a 2.6 smoothbore this year that we put together. So that one hits the tracks next weekend. So we're excited about that. And the 3.6 just sits there and burns my pocketbook and burns my mind a little bit. But we'll get her together this year and we'll come out and make some passes and see if anything breaks. I hope not, though.
That comment on the screen right now from that guy, if you haven't met him yet, you will. And he will inevitably share about 85% of the secret. But there'll still be a little bit of secret there.
That's because 15% of it's hiding in his shop somewhere he can't find.
There's maybe a little truth to that.
Oh, I love Homer. He's one of my favorite people in the whole world, but he's forgot more.
Agreed.
Yeah, he's forgot more than we'll ever learn.
Well,
Ryan,
I've never asked.
Ryan, when you were growing up, and when you were going to polls and things like that as a kid, who were your heroes? Let's hear them.
Oh my gosh. I got to go with when I was younger, since he was closer and local to us. The Grand River Deer was one of my top guys there. And I bleed green. So I'm sorry to the red guys, but
yeah, I was going to talk to you about your logo, Ryan. If we could do something about switching up with some other colors, but if green is green. It's your company, buddy.
I'll bet you could get him to add some yellow as accent colors.
Well, we could probably do something like that.
I figured you could do that.
Yeah, but then I have to talk to attorneys about trademark stuff. It's just
Yeah, Pantone colors. Cody and I can help you with that. We'll get it. We'll keep it just far enough out of
Ryan,
other companies.
Christy, just run, okay?
Oh,
Because that logo,
Jason.
that logo will take 72 days, 89 revisions. You'll think you have it done, and you'll send it to them, and the rooster will be like, "Oh, can we tweak the right top corner of that T just a little bit?" And then
I'm
you're
not
like,
even
really,
going to hide
dude?
it this time.
Just do it yourself.
Well,
Just don't fall for the idea that Sinister Blue can trademark the color blue. Sinister Diesel can trademark blue. We're taking it all.
Yep.
I hadn't thought about that in a while.
well, no. Oh, see, Mark Fisher agrees with me on the paint color. At least I got one. I'm just waiting for the case hate mail to come. So,
It'll come, but they're going to keep buying your products. So you know what?
I hope so, because it's a lot about the farmer. It's a lot about pulling's a sport, and if there's not red tractors and there's not green, and right there we just saw a good old Moline. Been able to see a few of those these last few years just actually coming up and going. They got a couple G1000s, G1200s moving. So all of that camaraderie, it's a lot of talk in the stands, but it's a lot of family in the pits. So
Yeah.
color's color, but
100%.
all for fun.
No, we like to joke around about it. I mean, it's all good in the hood. It's all good.
No,
Sure.
for sure.
Ryan, I mean, it's so cool that, I mean, farming and pulling they go well together. Who are some pullers that we would know that run your products? Like, use some name drops, because we like to name drop, because we're a bunch of nobodies on this show. So,
well, I can't tell you off the top of my head. More or less, and I apologize because I'm horrible with names because I'm in and out with people all the time. But I've had a lot of pullers that I make the mistake on the phone if when they call in and they start talking about it. I'm like, oh, yeah, I'm running a truck. And then they just, oh no. And then you're stuck on an hour and a half conversation. And but there are a fair amount of people that do run our products. And, even in the polling community, we've got some logos out there on some tractors, and we're putting some more out there on some trucks this year. And as we continue to grow, we plan on, like we're doing here, continuing to sponsor the polling and continue to get them out there on tractors. And it's good. It's good for us. It's good PR. And, if we're giving them a discount on parts to run our logo or having to throw some out there to get our logo on their tractor, it's not hurting us a bit. And it's promoting us and our products and hopefully promoting the sport of polling. So.
Absolutely. Are you going to be able to make it out this weekend to the event?
I will not. I wish I could, and I wish my guys could, but we're right in the middle of this move. Unfortunately, it's just horrible timing, but we will be hitting some TBC polls this year. Okay. As they become more local here in the Iowa state here, we'll run out to some of them. And it's just we've got about another 30 days left of crunch time to get some stuff in and moving, because I can sit here and sell you product, but I got to be able to make it. So
right. Do you have any propaganda you can send with Cody that we can hand out for you, like in our trailer or anything? Yeah,
we could definitely send out. In my personal opinion, people like to see, people like to touch, so we can send out some, paperwork, obviously, about it. But I'd also send out some parts.
We'll put it at our Beer Bunny Pulling Team booth for you, Ryan, our T-shirt trailer, and Perfect. Then Sherry Schaefer can't make it down from Heritage Iron Magazine either, and we're going to hand out her magazines for her. So I think that'll be a good way to do that. So,
no, for sure.
I'll pack some extra tables.
It takes a long time to set up all the machines and robots he's got, Jason.
Yeah.
Oh no, I was just asking a question. I'm not mad at him. I just wanted hoping to. He's a puller like us, and that makes me happy. So he hates his money as much as the rest of us. It's all good. It's all good.
I wish I didn't hate it so much sometimes.
Dude, say that again, Ryan. Say what you said. You're glad it's the most expensive. What did you say? That was funny as shit.
It's the most expensive habit I'm glad to have.
Yeah, okay. Because I heard cocaine is terribly expensive.
No, I don't even know if I could even get around that stuff. I think this is more expensive.
Oh, shoot. That is too much fun. Well, we're very, very thankful. I mean, when Cody sent it to our group chat, we were all like, thank you. I mean, because that got us close to our goal this year, and we want to shuffled a bunch of T-shirts around and stuff and got going on things and posters as best we could to get your logo out everywhere we can. And I hope everybody that watching the show tonight, we have quite a few people watching, we'll give you guys a chance, or, if you haven't tried your products, take a swing at it in the future. And I definitely think you're getting into the right industry to sponsor, Ryan, because sponsors that give to pullers are very good about giving back to the people that help them out as well. So glad to see you do that. So Roos, Ryan's our guest tonight. So Ryan, ask Ryan a question. Ask him your question.
All right, man. So let's say you can steal any trailer with any pulling vehicle, past or present. You can go pulling with it for one weekend. And you don't have to, if you screw it up, if you wreck it, light it on fire, big deal. You don't have to pay for it. Where are you going pulling? What are you taking and why?
It can be past or present too, Ryan. It doesn't have to be like today's stuff.
Well, honestly, I would like to get my feet behind a tractor at some point. So I'd be probably taking one of the Smuckers tractors, one of the green line. And
attaboy.
Baby. And baby.
If we get to choose where we're going to make a pass, I would say it would be nice to make a pass at either something like Louisville or Bowling Green, Ohio, something fun, something big. And but if something happened to that tractor, I'd feel pretty bad.
But that's what's great about Roos's game. You don't have to feel bad. You just go to sleep.
And furthermore, I mean, you own robots. You can make them make parts to fix it, theoretically.
Well, the CNCs will definitely make the parts for him. The robots will put them in there for me, though.
There we go.
I like that a lot. Well, Ryan, on behalf of all of us, thank you so much for your support, your title sponsorship, presenter of the Pullers Championship this coming weekend. We hope to get you more exposure, more branding, more opportunities to put your equipment on people's planners and everything that goes. I'm not a farmer. I'm sorry. I mow my yard, and that's about as close to farming as I get. I got 2 acres, and I like to mow the lines in my yard. That's kind of my way of farming.
I don't think he makes serrated lawnmower blades. I don't know that those would help you.
We could always
Maybe.
start.
I mean, Ryan, have you met the Schmuckers yet?
I have not. I've been by their rig several times at the polls. Very, very nice people. They seem very talkative, but I'm kind of a shy guy. I like to kind of stick in the background and listen. I figured out I learn more if I sit back and listen and let people talk than if I'm the one up there doing the talking. So they seem like a very nice group of people. Their stuff is always on point. And you got to love people like that in this sport.
Well, next time we all get together at a poll, let Cody and I be loudmouthed and let us go and introduce you, okay?
Not a problem. I'm sure Cody's got the mouth for it. So
Absolutely.
Actually, Christie, this is the most Cody's ever, he's talked more in this show than he has in the last 2 years since he's been on the show.
Yeah, he hasn't said any Don Slama approved words yet, but maybe there's still a little bit of the show left.
There's for that.
I'm sure he'll warm up. He's a good guy.
Let's hope so.
Thank you again, Ryan.
Thank you very much, Ryan.
Have a good night.
Thanks,
buddy.
Ryan. See you in the summer, buddy.
Sounds good.
Yeah, Cody was chatting away. I was like, Cody, he can talk on the air. I'm so impressed. Cody, in all seriousness, we pick on you all the time. Well, we pick on all of us all the time. Thank you so much for bringing that connection and Ryan to the TPC, and all the pullers are very grateful as well. So thank you very, very much. So,
yep. Well, a lot of you guys don't know the farming side of it type of thing, so I kind of have to ask the questions.
Yeah, I was going to say, even with him talking, I still don't really know what he's talking about.
Yeah, you got four Sidiots on the side of the screen here right now.
I feel like Roos knows a little bit.
A little bit.
Yeah.
I know we have a big audience that's into farming. They do farm, so
I know Roos doesn't mow his own yard, so he can't pick on me about mowing. He's got people for that, so it's going to be all good. He's going to be all good. So
I hired better than you. I'm sorry.
No, you live in a fancy ass community. They water your yard, and shovel your walks. But they don't cook for you because that's your gig. That is your gig.
No, that's my gig.
Yeah, I love it. Well, boys, it is. I'm wound for sound. It's Pullers Championship week. I'm pumped. Just promote. Just want to get it out there. Talked to Brent yesterday. I tried calling Charles to wish him Happy Mother's Day, but he didn't answer yesterday. I wanted to pick his brain a little bit. Coming home from Sullivan's poll, a lot of Pullers guys were asking about, if we're all ready. Galen Young made a couple shakedown passes with their trucks at the end of the show Saturday night. We fought rain all weekend at the Sullivan poll. And but Jim Miller was there. That guy is like a one-man band. I've never seen the actual track. He brings his own
you
trailer.
haven't seen that?
Mm-hmm.
No, I mean I've seen pictures and videos of it, but he freaking
You've never
he did the whole thing, and then one guy was rolling at the end, and I'm like, holy crap, this is kind of cool.
Yeah, that guy's a dirt god.
He is.
Yes, that's a good way to put it too. It really is.
Dirt god. Yeah, because you can't say dirt bag. That sounds bad.
He helped put Farley's track together, and
helps with it.
Literally in 3 weeks they built that track, and it took power. Like they actually made it work, and he helped build the track last year at Summit Motorsports Park. For putting a track together on top of a drag strip in a couple of days, it was pretty damn good.
Yeah, he's really freaking good, you guys. And that tractor he has with the scraper underneath and the packer on the back, and
belly scraper.
Just watching him because I ran the camera at the starting line and just watching him. Oh, it's so funny because a couple times I wasn't in my routine yet, and I stepped out in front of him or stepped back, and he could have just took me out because I was trying to get those shots. And so Friday night,
yes, he has great restraint in that regard.
He said, he goes, I have good brakes, but he goes, I sometimes may not use them. So I'm like, okay, it's all good. It's all good. So
I did the same thing at Farley a couple of years ago. I kind of got in his way once.
yeah.
I learned fast, but yes.
And it
You
was
will
like,
not see a Packer anywhere in the sport that's got more flags on it than his.
yeah, it was awesome. It was awesome. He does a phenomenal job. Phenomenal job. Because I've seen him build the Cloverdale track guys, and help out with that. And then, but that was really my only, because I just don't get east as much like you do, Charles, or where you live.
Yeah, we kind of spoiled having him out here.
Yep, he is legit. And Sullivan's had him come down, and then we had 31 two-wheel drives. And then it's the first time I've ever seen TNT Motorsports. It was fun. Some mean-ass light limited super stocks. And it was fun to see iron that I normally don't see. And they had this blower truck class, 500 cubic inch, 871 blower. And I got to see the Why Not van. That was badass. That was badass. It was pretty cool. And I met Eddie Carey, and he's building a motorsports park. And
Yeah, he's gone through the gauntlet with the county, I'm pretty sure, for the city.
Been a heck of a fight.
Yep.
But
So
got approval, which is cool. I mean, I don't know who would be against it. Obviously, the people that live semi-close to it are probably against it, but yeah, it's awesome.
I remember Windsor, Colorado, and we had to be done by a certain time because of noise ordinance, and it's like, why?
Mm-hmm.
Why? So there's several of those drag racing parks and stuff like that ordinance, it's a real thing for them that they're trying to fight, and I feel for them trying to go through that. So
there's a reason why a couple drag strips and racetracks have gone under is because of that.
Yep.
Yeah.
is the track at Holzhauer's, we're outside the city limits there, right?
I have no idea.
I
don't think
the answer is
anybody
yes,
cares
but I
that there is a
wouldn't swear
tractor
to it.
pull going on.
I know we want to be done, within 4 hours anyway. We're starting at 6 each night, but if we ever had a bad night and something broke or something, just curious.
Yeah,
So.
I don't know. I think we're far enough out. And two, I don't think they have any ordinance.
I just know I've heard the stories, but I almost watched Clint Tucker get hauled out of Decatur, Illinois at the farm show. So it is true. There's some city ordinances they could give a rat's ass about truck and tractor pulling or anything.
I can tell you Toma doesn't care. They'll pull till 4 o'clock in the morning if they need to.
Right.
Break the front end off a super farm too.
Yep. Same with Bowling Green. Yep. They don't care. But yeah, we should probably go back over Polish Championship again.
We should probably do that. Do you
Do you want to pull up what you're showing before? Those pictures I sent you? Dirk's outside of the city limits.
Dirk is Brad's first cousin from another marriage, Dirk Neerman. He's outside of the limits. We're good to go there. So can't wait to see you, Dirk.
But what Schultz was showing before, those are the shirt designs.
It's kind of like Christmas, Brent, like when your kids get something and you don't know, your wife does all your Christmas shopping for you and you're like, oh, wow, that's what our t-shirts look like. Oh, shoot.
Yeah, we just got the design finally last week back. And sorry they're not high res. This is what Paul sent me from Carrie. But this will be the front of the t-shirts. So it's our logo, and it's got our title sponsor, Prescription Tillage Technology. And then the backside, we got Gene Dunn, Tom Owens, Justin Hoffman, I think a short fighty there, Van Hazley, the New Generation Plus of Lemke's, and then Bruce Schlau. So that's who's on it for this year, and
I like it.
Yep.
I think they turned out pretty well. So we will
good.
have those available for sale. I think they're $20. Don't quote me. I'm pretty positive that's what they will be. Just t-shirts this year, black and gray.
That'll look good on black.
Yeah, we ordered less than last year, so if you want one, make sure you go and get one if you're there Friday. And then Saturday, whatever's left. If we have anything left over, we'll take inventory. We'll probably send it back with Schultz, and we'll have him sell it on his on the Beer Money website. But there's no guarantees there'll be any left. And
I hope they're gone Friday night by 8 o'clock.
I do too.
That would make me smile from ear to ear. All of us.
But yeah, the Friday, Saturday, 6 p.m. both nights. Schultz, you want to pull up the website?
Why don't I do that? I was actually working on that right now. And I'm not just saying that. Normally I just say stuff like that, but I actually was.
But yeah, we can go through the website and just kind of go through each thing. I do want to, I'll go over the hotels here once we get to that. T-shirt sizes, I'm pretty sure it's small to 3X, maybe a 4X. I didn't order them. I don't know. Carrie did. Carrie went based off of what we sold last year. So yeah, the first thing that you can see right when you get here is that we do have the pick'em contest. So if you click the pick who you think will win this weekend, you can click there and it'll take you to the pick'em contest. You can go through, you pick who you think's going to win on Friday night, pick who you think's going to win on Saturday night, and then who you think's going to be the overall weekend champion. And then we'll just, it's like a golf score, so we'll take how they finish each night, and we'll add it up to Saturday nights and then add it up to the overall. So if they take a first and a fourth, and then their second overall, that'd be 7 total points. Lowest score wins.
All right, start putting your comments in. Let's do a Let's Grow polling. Not the panel. People watching. Who's going to win the 85 Limited Pros Friday night? Let's see it in the comments. All of y'all that are watching. Jeremy Witt, Wayne Tedder, Caitlin McCurdy, David Doherty, Chris Bates, Robert Fuller, Kenny Kazuzik, Kyle Sullivan, Esden Bartley, and Andrew Tolke. Chris Bates was our overall winner last year, right?
No, it was Jeremy Witt.
Jeremy Witt was, okay.
Yep.
Adam Wilson says Machine Shed Rocket. Shane Hunt says Machine Shed Rocket. Okay, we're going to go with Machine Shed Rocket. Saturday night, 4-1s. Hackstad, Summers, Justin Deck, Brad Hartman, Nick Gallitz, David Novak, Short Fighty, Roger Rue, Michael Rozier, Kevin Engelking, Dusty Berry. It's about a 15
This
second.
is the point at which commenters you put in comments.
Wilson says Hartman. He's the fastest one, so we're gonna run with Adam. Friday Night Super Farms. Brooke Ferris. Okay, Absolutely Nuts. Deer Tracks, High Maintenance, My Last Excuse, Thumpkin Pumpkin, Fast and Furious, Hooked Up, New Attitude, or Wicked Whitetail.
Yeah. There is one that is unfortunately not going to be there. So we are working to replace. So we should have that by tomorrow.
Boo.
Chuck Fowler. This is Ryan Anderson. New Attitude. I'm not going to let you pick Ryan Anderson for obvious reasons. You'll find that out tomorrow. Prohibition says Wicked Whitetail. We got to go with Sean Knopp. Did you guys see his tractors going to paint the Ford?
Yeah. Bottom right.
Thank you. Pro Stock Tractors Friday night.
618 Motorsports tractor is running as of yesterday.
Sunday. Yeah, they got it started. Yep. Did Brad finally get to see it today?
I believe so.
Okay. You guys, it's freaking stupid, cool, awesome, shiny. It's amazing.
I'm excited to see it.
Ben Hone says El Nino. We got to go with Ben because she shares our post better than anybody.
Yeah.
Or Ben Haney. It's Haney, right? Or is it Hone? It's a Haney.
We'll let Ben decide.
No, it's Hone. It's Hone down there. Ben, type in how we say your name. So. It's Hone. I know it's Hone. Diesel Supers Friday night. Bone Twister, Chain Reaction, High Tech Redneck, Super Rooster, Chain Breaker, Digging Hard, or Scrappy.
I am not picking this one.
Jerry's white brother says Bone Twister. He's first one in.
He was just waiting.
He had the comment typed like 3 minutes ago.
Oh, I love it. That boy Jerry. I watched
We love
Jerry
you for that, Jerry.
hard. Yep. Light Supers, Alter Ego, Cujo Unleashed, Extremely Insane. Last one's Cujo Unleashed is alcohol, right?
Yep.
Yes.
Yes.
Loud and Light, Phillips, Case IH MX180.
Maybe.
Yeah. Can we do that rumor or not?
I don't know.
Okay. Detonator Black, Field Sobriety. I still love the name of that tractor. Little Bad Alice and Night Trouble.
So not to give away what Jason was just talking about, but there's a half decent chance that one of these tractors will not be wearing the sheet metal that it's listed with.
I cannot wait. Lindsay's watching. She said I'm going to take Lindsay's joke for Bobby Jones. She said, I can't wait to watch her bend that Mini open. That's going to be badass.
Hell yeah.
Friday night 4-wheel drive trucks.
I think it's cool in the mini rods that we have 3 females in it.
I hope they go 1, 2, 3. Because then Charles, I'll get Bruce Slop and the announcer stand with you and you do what you do best. Colin Burkholz woke up. Schultz knows
especially in Kansas City, Missouri.
That poor trooper. I just said I got bad eyes. I haven't been drinking. So I took Ben Haney there. He said Carmen Foster. Super stock diesel trucks. American Pride, Cummins Killer 3. Evil Diesel, Scheid Diesel, Something to Prove. Caretaker, Deadpool, Rock Hard Ram, Scheid Diesel, The Rumor. Did Van win it last year, guys?
Correct. Yep.
Yeah, because he's on the shirt.
Yep. So the first night, Cody Hastings, I believe, went way out the end. And then the second night, Van went way out the end. If I remember correctly. Or was it Eric Stacy that went way out the end? I don't remember which one it was.
Shane Hunt was in first. Chuck Fowler says, Hazley, Friday night modified minis. Well, I'm taking Lindsay just because she's watching the show. It's always, and she's married to our Pro Stock sponsor. Chaos Fabrication for the win. Thank you, Lindsay. Love you long time. Friday night modified tractors, Cotton Candy, Miller Lite Predator, Ramblin' Rose, Simon Says, Thorn, Giddy Up, Optima Battery, Ranked Seed Moneymaker, Takes a Lickin'. So we got 1 and 2 in Grand National points, right?
Yep.
With because Owens finished right behind Berg because it came down to sandwich.
1 point behind.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Because if Ricky, I believe, I forget who it was. He needed 1 tractor between him and Brett, either the first session or the second session, and he would have won the tiebreaker. But Brett finished right behind him both times. They went 1-2 both sessions.
Got Jeremy Roberts up on the screen. We talked about this when we added the Super Farm class. I mean, the fans voted it in, but we said there would not be a puller that would not share the TPC stuff more than Jeremy Roberts. So shout out to you, Mr. Wicked Whitetail. You get it. You get it. Because we've talked about this, turn the puller into the promoter. The more people that buy the live stream and the more people that come to this poll, the more money they're going to win. It's really that simple. And it's fun to see people getting excited about that. So, Friday Night Super Semi. Ooh, Morgan Schulte's in first with Gene Dunn. Which one do you want?
I was going to say that's a 50% chance here.
The Armbender 2 won it last year, right?
There's still a chance. There could be a 66% chance that he could win it.
Twisted
It's
Kid.
true.
Okay, so now we're going Saturday night. Saturday night 85 limited pros. Please put that in there. Witt, Tedder, McCurdy, Doherty, Bates, Fuller, Fuller, Kazuzik, Sullivan, Bartling, Tolke. Yeah, no, Jeremy, seriously, thank you. Because you have a nice following on social media. You do a hell of a good job. And it's good to promote our event.
Hey, Lindsay, can we share these on the stream?
Ben Haney. Bradley Sturgeon says the possum. You got pictures of the mini?
Yeah.
Four ones Saturday night. Hextad, Summers, Deck, Hartman, Gallitz, Novak, Barry, Engel King, Rozier. I don't want to bore everybody with this, but you guys get the idea. You do Friday night, then Saturday night, and then you pick your weekend winner. So do all that. So
Saturday night, we will be a winner if all of our diesel supers are still running.
I also agree with that.
I agree with you, Charles. Daniel Heltebrun says Scrappy for the sweep. That would be that'd be unprecedented. If he comes and does that, that's OG style immediately. If you know what I'm saying, guys, come on. That'll be because Slaba. I guarantee they got that thing set to roll. And that's what it's all about. That's what it's all about.
Schultz, look at your Facebook Messenger. I sent you the pictures of the wrap on Lindsay's tractor.
Cool. Does it say Schultz Mortgage Team on it?
It does not say that. Did you sponsor them?
I wrote the check, but I guarantee it did not cash. Oh, wow. Lindsay girl. Yes. Oh, this is so cool, you guys.
Are you going to share it, or are you just going to sit up there and like fill up the screen?
Oh, shoot.
All right, that sounded like whatever. What was the comment or the old?
Woody the Woodpecker?
Yeah, there you go. That sounded 100% like that should be your cartoon on your tractor from now on. Is Woody?
No, it's going to be Ric Flair. Woo! I'm going to have him on the super stock when I open the inner side shield. I'm going to have a woo.
100% Woody.
The name of the tractor should just be called Woo, and then you make the announcers do the Ric Flair Woo every time you come to the line.
You know what? I mean, we've been branding the remedy, but that might be worth it. I can call. Rick's got. Rick was on the Joe Rogan podcast, and he's into CBD now. And he's got Woo Chews, so edibles, the Woo Chews, and he said he's made more money with his Woo Chews than he ever did in wrestling. But he's also been married 3 times too, and he talked about his alimony. Holy F! I would have put up with his wild ass for that. Well, I mean, not that I want to do that, but you know what I'm trying to say. I'd have a hell of a pro stock, is what I'm saying. So.
Way to make it awkward.
Yeah, I tend to do that.
Yeah, we can get you a cool ass robe to wear out.
Woo! Woo! Short fuse, and here's the money shot right here. Boom! That is cool as hell. I love it.
I like the gray.
I love it.
Yep, the gray.
I love nostalgia, World War II stuff like that. Yep. That's cool. That is so cool. Good job, Lindsay. That is awesome.
I was surprised to see today how far along the Kales have gotten with putting theirs together to be ready for this weekend.
Yeah, they when did Mike call me?
Thursday.
And asked about, so they were gonna go pick up the motor, I believe, that day or Friday, and then they put it together all weekend. So they did a trip to pick up the engine, and what do you say? The motor was a 14-hour round trip, and then to go pick up the chassis was like a 23-hour round trip or something like that, or 20 hours.
Yep.
And then spent all weekend putting the tractor together and fired it up yesterday. And they had questions about chassis inspection and all that stuff. Because obviously now with the SFI rule that's actually being implemented, that's been out there since 1997. So, but yeah, it's all taken care of, and they're ready to rock and roll, and they're excited to be there. I can't wait to see them.
It's fun. It's fun to just see the pullers, wrenching and getting ready to get going. And, Charles, you have to talk to Keels about that, because, I mean, they got they drove all over hell, buddy, to get that. I think Mike told me on the phone 26 hours to go pick something up, and I don't remember exactly, but it was awesome. Just awesome what they all did to make that happen. So, yeah, they just posted the wrap an hour ago.
Yep.
I'll post it up right now.
They did it themselves.
Yep. Which is impressive if you've never done it before.
It's not easy.
Yeah. I can't even put a sticker on a window without.
We couldn't put a sticker on our track markers last year.
I don't even want to talk about that. I still have nightmares.
So here's, man, Angry Duck. I'm seeing their stuff freaking everywhere. They are getting after it. There it is, spending the inheritance.
Yep, it's pretty much a brand new tractor.
Wow.
New chassis,
New
supercharger and hat. The motor got completely redone.
Yep.
I think they're going to be into their grandkids' inheritance if they're not careful. So they are the nicest freaking people. I met them the first time out in Pennsylvania when Phil Kelly had me come out to Newcastle, I think, to announce an NTPA poll, and all we did was get rained out. We ended up getting we got into the booze that night, boys. We got into the booze that night. So.
No.
I'm excited to meet them. Like I said, I've talked on the phone with Mike, and he seems like just an awesome dude.
I don't think we have any California pullers this year.
We do.
Yeah, we got this.
Oh, that's right. The bankroller. And what's the other one?
Sharecropper.
Sharecropper. Yep.
It is so fun watching Donnie Sullivan drive a mini rod. And he'll listen to him and Chase Richardson, all this. Oh, so super funny. So Chase starts hammering me at 2 a.m. about not being part of the Pullers Championship. So I said, go back through your messages. And he found Paul's message that, he was invited because he finished the top 3 in points. And Chase did the whole, I'll let you know a week before the event, which we were like, okay, whatever. And then I told him it was just funny. It was just so funny to hear him like, oh, man, I'm missing out. Because Sullivan comes over and goes, hey, Chase, what are you doing next weekend? And Donnie goes, I'm going to the Pullers Championship. Where are you going, Chase? And then Chase just gave him the mean. It was funny as hell. I loved it. I loved it. So
Donnie control people really, really, really well if he needs to.
That Sullivan, that whole family, the way they rock that. And then to see just Papa Wayne drive it in front of his hometown crowd there. It was neat.
Mm-hmm.
Mark Fisher, you can't afford to put a deer logo on the new Remedy, Fisher. I know better than that. Ken Summers checking in. His daughter's Sydney Summers. That's who everybody knows. Howdy, boys. True Summers, hour late. Long as that tractor gets there, buddy. So. Yes, Adam. Yes, it's going to be a diesel. And Doug Meisinger's building it. The chassis is supposed to be here this winter.
Mm-hmm.
So depends on how much of that inheritance thing on the screen depends on how fast it gets done. hoping for mortgage rates to go down a little bit, guys. So yes, sir. Yeah, so if anybody wants to buy a sweet W9, I got one for sale. So the trailer sold. Sean Work bought my trailer. So
nice.
Doug and I, my singer and I, are going to buy a trailer together and have some fun with that. So, and he's going to take the woo super stock. Charles, would that be funny?
We will have a lot of fun with it.
Woo! I bet I could get a hold of Ric Flair and put the woo chews on there. I could have the first medically marijuana not sponsored Poland tractor, the woo chew. And then you could do woo choo 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 choo, Charles. Think of the.
Yep. Oh, there's believe me, I had about 8 of them to go through my head the second you said it. So
I love it.
Yeah.
Call it the
Plus,
super
it would
move.
be Ric freaking Flair's head on a side shield of a diesel super. That'd be kind of okay.
Yeah.
That would be awesome.
You can do the whole the profiling,
style jet flying, yeah, limousine driving, airplane flying, yeah.
Oldest ride, longest line.
Superstock champion of the world.
And holy crap, your engine builder just happens to fly an airplane, so it would be true.
Woo!
Right.
Omer, you'll get to bend the throttle open on that, Omer. You bet your ass you will. So
we can't. The problem is the engine builder can't fly and drive the semi with the tractors in them at the same time.
I'll fly the plane, and he can once. I can fly the plane once. So.
Yeah, let's maybe not.
I don't think it works like that.
The joke is always
like maybe the kid, maybe your son.
Yep. Oh yeah, I got one of them in the family. A pilot.
Yeah.
Can you get an SFI tagged Nomex feather boa?
We'll get Rich Wine. Oh, so Rich Wine announced.
I hate to tell you, like, we know your ADHD is really bad, but like in a plane, it sounds like there's not a lot of shit around you. But let me tell you, there's still a lot of shit going on.
There's still squirrels up in the air.
There's your two, Don.
Maybe the Woo Chews would calm me down, though, guys. Maybe it'd make me mellow like the rest of you guys. You think? Think there's enough Woo Chews?
No, not in the world.
Not in the world. Not in the world. No, it's all good. What do you guys think? For those of you watching, still got a ton of people watching. What class are you most excited to see? I'm pumped for the mini rods. That was one of the biggest. The four-wheel drive mod trucks. There's a lot of fans that are jacked about those. I'm just a tractor guy. Obviously diesel supers get me all excited, but it's fun to have the minis and the four-wheel drive trucks. And wish we could have got a couple more semis, but just parts and everything else.
There's still a chance we got 4 more coming.
Okay.
I can't guarantee you that there's going to be 4 more coming or not. I can just say there might be.
Yep. Well, that's okay.
They're just waiting. Parts. I'm looking forward to the mod class. I like mods. I've always have. But I'm looking forward to seeing Wayne compete with the 314s on outdoors for the first time. Seeing how that's going to work. Looking forward to seeing Dylan Owen's new mod. And I'm looking forward to seeing Brandon Simon running outdoors with the mod.
Did he drive that all last year?
No, that was
Long's.
Yeah, Long's tractor last year.
So the first time he drove it was Louisville?
Yeah.
Holy crap. That guy can drive freaking anything.
Yeah.
Their transition from two-wheel drive to pro stock is unprecedented. It's stupid.
It's pretty remarkable.
It's stupid. It really is.
It's pretty crazy too that they jump into the mini rod class for the first time and then win the championship. Also, Jordan, first time, goes down to Benson and wins, and then wins the championship the same year. Never drove a mini rod before. Nobody in that crew drove a mini rod before.
That comment right there. I get to see a lot of iron I've never laid eyes on before. That's our vision of this Pullers Championship. I mean, one of the things, getting the best of the best from all over the freaking North America. Don't we have a Canadian puller coming? Isn't Overton from Canada?
Overton, yep.
Yeah. I mean, I think that's what's cool too is, we posted that, Craig Dickey's got the truck running, Cummins Killer 3. That's a lot of people love seeing that truck. I mean, it sounds awesome. It looks awesome. It runs really well, and they just keep improving on it every year. And in Illinois, I don't think he pulls anywhere in Illinois. I don't think he ever hits the PPL events that are down there.
No, I've seen him show up at SDX in Indiana, but
yeah, he usually goes to Bowling Green and Shy Diesel, and otherwise he kind of stays closer to home.
And so you really actually get to see that truck twice because Randy Overton's is substantially identical.
Yeah. It's just different body.
Yep.
Which they still look pretty similar. I mean,
yeah, they're both
the newer model GMC.
People don't realize both those trucks, those are all steel OEM GM bodies. Those are not fiberglass or carbon fiber.
Mm-hmm.
Sean, how is he was shooting to be out by what pole did he say? Did he say LaGrange? On the night we had him on the show? I can't remember.
No, he said Bardstown.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, you remember that because of the bourbon. So.
Yep.
Yes, because I was there 4 days later.
That's right. Yeah, Russ drove out from Nebraska last year. I'm going to give Russ that poster right behind me. Guys, one of the posters stuck to the motorhome from Sullivan's all the way to Nashville on Sunday. Doug's like, take that off there. I'm like, nope, it's going with us. So, because the camper we passed blew all the insulation out of that. That guy must have had to bought that for a camper race for Memorial Day weekend, guys. That was so rat trapped. It was funny. Oh, Ryan DeBrew, fire an engine up tomorrow. Sweet.
Atta baby.
Nice.
Yes, sir.
Hey, Ryan, get some video, please. Send it to us.
Yes.
I'm sure it'll be on their page. They're pretty good at it.
Thanks. Bye.
There's Sullivan. He just woke up. He's been sleeping since Sunday. Excited for the TPC. Great to have the Beer Money King out last weekend. Yeah, Donnie. Yep.
Thanks, Donnie. Now his head won't fit through the door again.
I
Beer Money King.
I knew Roos, I've known I've been awesome for years. I just been really humble about it, and I just starting to bring it. Start to let my juices flow.
Is that what it's really called? Humility?
Oh, I know that Crown Royal was seeping out of my veins on Saturday. So,
Donnie, we can't wait to have you guys out. We're
Are
really
you sure it wasn't seeping out from somewhere else there, Schultz?
That's
a function of biology.
That's a different story. That's a different story for another day, another show. But I got after it there at the Richardson trailer. UD Motorsports sponsored Jason Schultz for a couple hours that night. So, Super Farm, but diesels and minis, absolutely Wyatt.
Hey, Jason. Just because your teeth are floating doesn't mean that makes your head bigger.
I think I like it better when Cody's quiet, guys. I think I decided. So
you do have the power.
Yeah, Cody, I got to put the bus up on me, but he bus chucked me, so that's not cool. So put him in the penalty box. Ben Haney says, where are we at? Come on, Super Farm class is going to be stacked. No slouches at all whatsoever. Not at all. Not at all. Adam Wilson, very humble indeed. Thank you, Adam. It's good to see you and Jesse. We had YouTube Row down there. Every YouTuber in the South and the East was at Sullivan's Pole. Rich Wayne kept picking on him all night. It was so funny. There was like 10 cameras there. It was wild. Chuck Fowler says, Supers. Ryan DeBrew, if we had a humble Jason these past years, where's he's going to go from here? Oh, you're not ready, Ryan.
I can tell you, it'll be like
nobody is ready.
It's going to be like Billy Mays here with another amazing tractor. That's
Dude,
exactly where that's going.
I'm starting on Ric Flair's people tomorrow. I just to hear announcers say, "Woo!" I'm in. The woo choose. They don't drug test you before you pull, right? They just give you breathalyzers, right? So.
No, but they only drug check your tractor.
Yeah, there you go. So,
and we will too.
And we will too.
I get to post my Jello shots on the table poster photo again.
Nice,
dude. That was a great photo last year. I loved it.
I saw Laura Guthrie had her post up on her Facebook page. So It's just going to be good to see everybody again. Mm-hmm. It's going to be a blast.
That's the biggest thing for me. It's been a long, quiet, for me, reclusive off season because it needed to be. I'm just happy to be back at the track again.
Yep. It's going to be a blast.
Jason, Mark Fisher just texted me, I'm not responsible for Schultz this weekend.
I'm not drinking. I'm never drinking again. So
you were so full of crap.
Nope. I sobered up on Saturday and I'm never drinking again. I swear on my life.
Really?
Yep. I swear.
Really?
I swear. I mean it.
Folks, you heard it here first.
I've been sober for 2 full days since Sullivan's Pole.
I'm very proud of you. I
quit drinking at approximately 4:15 Saturday morning. So I've been sober for almost like 2.5 days now. So, Saturday I wasn't really sober till about full mid-afternoon. So I guess the clock started a little bit later on me after that. So.
And we have Chase to thank for this.
Oh yeah, it was a good time. Good time.
Thanks, Richardson. We appreciate it.
Yeah, I'm sure Chase had a whole lot of persuading to do.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
No, I got to sit in the trailer with Chad Mayhill and hear about tires for mini rods and 2-wheel drive trucks. That was very fun and interesting. So that was a lot of fun there. Rich Wine is a freaking hoot to listen to announce. Oh my God. He did the Dolly Parton jokes, everything, you guys. It's just awesome.
Yeah, it's funny. Jesse even said something. He's just like, Rich Wine is like really actually like funny at announcing. It's just like he's got a lot of good one-liners and
he does
like stories and stuff like that. He's entertaining to listen to.
I'd always heard he announced, but last year I was driving home. Ken Summers' pool got rained out. So Bruce, I went back to your house, remember? and I bought the live stream and I put it right on my car. And Rich Ryan starts announcing, and I'm like, I used to say like one thing. I called a guy a cheap prick once at Gordyville, and I dominated pull off for like 2-3 weeks. Rich Wine, I mean, I actually texted him. I said, I can't believe you get away with saying this stuff. But he's got way more street cred than I do, so I guess it's okay. So. And he did say as soon as he saw me, he's like, has anybody else smoked a cigar on your show since I came on that night? I'm like, no, Rich Wine, you're the only one. That was so funny. That night we had Alan Washburn on, and then we brought him on, and he just sits there, puts his hat on, lights up a big old stogie, and just you're going to see him a couple times this summer, guys, and it's going to be a big surprise. It's going to be funny as hell. So, Brent, what has been, because you've really logged the hours on the social and the web, what's been the biggest takeaway for you? Like, I guess doing all that behind the scenes stuff between year 1 and year 2. Like, what have you seen, like, from pullers, like the interaction? Like, talk about that process a little bit with everybody regarding the Pullers Championship.
I think there's a lot more. I don't know how to even phrase it. Getting pullers to commit to the event was a lot easier, I guess, this year than last year. I feel like there's a lot less questions about it, what we're trying to do, type of thing. So I think pullers knew about it. Which made it a lot easier for us, trying to get just people to register and commit to it. A lot better. Also notice that, farming has gone a lot better for a lot of people, as well as, there's still a parts issue, but it's not as bad as last year. We had a lot of people that wanted to come last year, and they had to drop because of farming or parts. We are at like 25% of the number of drops versus last year. And like, it's incredible, like just how 1 year can make a huge difference like that, just based on the time of year and this parts issues that we've had. But I think for the most part, I feel like there's a lot more excitement around it. It just seems like there's, more people talking about it. I hope that reflects, this weekend. I hope we just have amazing crowds, and we can have an awesome payout. That's what I'm hoping for, and I think we're definitely growing. I think we definitely made some improvements this year. I think that things will be a lot better. It'll be ran a lot better. The entertainment will be better. I think we're going to run the show a lot quicker. Hopefully be done by 10 p.m. both nights. So then, if you're at the event, you can stick around after the show too. Go around and talk to the pullers, and but we encourage you to come earlier as well. So we, I don't know. I really just think that this year's, it just has a different vibe to it almost. But still been a lot of work.
Yeah, I asked Holzhauer what he's hearing locally, and he just said there's a bigger buzz this year locally from the local fans, and that's something I talked to Charles about today. Like, what should I be really hammering on this week? And like he said, I think people, if they're going, they know they're going. Mm-hmm. We really got to hammer the live stream, because that's the one thing that, oh crap, I can't make it now. Something pops up, but you can still jump on and watch a high quality live stream like this. It's pretty awesome.
And your your advertisement things, those postcard things that you sent out in the mail. So the locals, if they haven't heard about it, they will this week when they get one of those in the mailbox. And,
they hit today. I had a couple people text me. So
and we'll also have some like the surrounding communities. They should be hearing it on the radio. They've been playing our commercials. I believe Paul goes on there on Wednesday.
Yeah, he's got another interview.
He's got another interview with the one out in, was it Effingham?
Yeah.
So that'll be.
Well, there's big, part of the Holzhauer lure at track at Holzhauer's was St. Louis is 70, 80 miles away. St. Louis is millions of people. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? To really grow this thing to that next level. Are Cody and Ryan making drinks at the same time?
So. Yes, we are.
But yeah, I think the St. Louis. If we can just, it's so hard to get city people to go do something out of the ordinary for them. They think it's like a redneck, motorsports event. Well, it's really not. There are a lot of rednecks in the sport, but there's a lot of people that that they come from the city, and they, there's pullers that are from the city.
I think it'd be funny one time, Charles. if we just put a dollar value on every tractor or truck that came out on the track and say, here comes a $400,000 pro stock.
I know.
And if you took that times 10 and said, well, there's 4 million, quick math, boop, 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 bang,
It's a genuine perception that gets fought a lot. And I'm actually kind of surprised and happy, pleasantly surprised to see things like the PRI magazine take pulling seriously and put it out there in front of the industry and say, look, if you're a supplier of parts or an engine builder or whatever, and you're not participating in this market, you're missing out because there's big money being spent.
Yep. PRI is actually doing a write-up on polling, another one. They contacted me about some pictures. So
their Bowling Green videos are stupid good, and they get bajingles of views.
Yeah, go on their Instagram too and just see how many people just go look at one of the 400 mods, and they can't fathom the concept of putting 4 motors together and making them run together.
Yeah, every mod video, and Adam can attest to this. How do they tie that together? You know what I mean?
And then they actually posted one where Les Corporal actually goes over and explains it, and they're just like, huh? So it's pretty cool. I mean, tractor pulling and truck pulling is unique, motorsport. But
and I caught a lot of crap in those earlier years with Beer Money Pulling Team. Oh, great. Making our, my haters were like, oh, here we go, getting popular. And now you're making it seem like more redneck. I'm like, no, it's just about promotion and stuff of that. So that always bothers me. So you walk through the pits at a freaking pull. You should have seen all the toters at Sullivan's. It was toter row across the top of that hill there, all looking down on the track. And it was amazing. And we were in Gallatin County, Kentucky. I mean, it was beautiful. The hills and the steam that was rolling off that back hill after the rain on Saturday night. It was cool as hell. And then the Econo mods came up and do that. Oh, Sullivan's have a new 2-wheeler, and it is freaking sharp.
Isn't that one of the Long's old trucks? That was the lumberjack truck.
I thought it was new. Wilson, are you still watching? Send me a video.
Donnie's still watching too. Donnie.
Yeah, but Donnie doesn't know how to send me videos and pictures. He's an old guy. So, Adam, send me a picture or video, but please, of Donnie's new truck. Please. Yes, it's a nice. Yeah, I know it's a nice truck, Wilson. Send me a freaking picture so I can show the people. Jeremy Yanti says, been years ago. One of my favorites is when Kenny Wallace fired up a mod. That video's out there somewhere. I believe it was at the PPL poll in Arizona. It was at Chandler. That was neat. Yeah, and we need to do that. Charles, I got to talk to you about. Jeremy sent me all that stuff on the purses from the 80s. We have to put a show together on that. I will get that. So,
I think he's shared that with me as well.
No, it's been on pull off too, but I want to do an actual show on it. And then we're going to do a sponsorship show too after TPC. Talk about that a little bit. Shane Hunt thinks it's a lumberjack. Donnie hasn't commented yet.
Yeah, that's kind of what it looks like. Which I believe is one of. I'm pretty sure it was actually Kane's truck, and then before that it was one of Long's trucks.
Messer won Friday night, and then Jason Sullivan won Saturday night. And Jason Sullivan's not related to Donnie Sullivan at all, but Brant Sullivan always said they were cousins. So then Rich Wine get on that, and then Dan Mayer was down there doing the presentations. So it was a hoot listening to that, the whole Sullivan thing. I made me laugh. Tractor Pulling Fan on YouTube says, Nashville is within 2 hours of Paducah, Kentucky, Evansville, Indiana, Springfield, Illinois, St. Louis, Missouri. You are correct, sir, or she. You can be a lady Tractor Pulling fan. Even though 90% of our audience is men ages 24 to 45. So that's what the stats say anyway. But no, guys, we have a great spot down there, and Holzauer is the man. And to show that off even more. Okay, here's Donnie. The boss is talking.
Oh, okay.
Not lumberjack. New truck for us. Modern chassis.
Nice.
Bingo. Okay. I should check Facebook. I'm sure Adam sent me something by now. He's digging. Sorry, Adam. I forgot to look. Nope. That's for the Wednesday night show. Kenny Wallace. That's Charles. You found the video. Fire that up. Make sure everybody does the pick'em contest. Please, all you pullers, everybody. That's fun. Thanks for finding that, Charles.
Yep.
Brent, how many new pullers we have this year at TPC? Do you think? Do you think half of the field is new that didn't compete last year?
Just give me a minute. I'll just go count them up.
That'd be great.
3, 2, 1. Come on, Clarence.
He's getting his phone out. That's awesome. I think he's checking. He texts his selfie. That is money. Woo!
Let's see if I can actually find that selfie or not.
That is super cool. That's Carrera's mod, right?
Yes.
Yeah, they were at TPC last year.
Yep.
Oh, Zolik
All
just
I
texted
know
me
is-
and says, Zolik just texted me. Clint says you are fired from starting line camera. He felt like he was on a boat. I'm telling you guys, I did not have a tripod or any self-leveling devices, and that was the hardest freaking thing I've ever done, and especially Saturday night because I had some influence from Crown Royal for leftover still. I got to get some stabilizing things like Yara talked about with me yesterday. So I'm sorry, Clint. Clint has bought all of our live streams.
Clint, take some freaking Dramamine and suck it up.
If I counted right, there's 66 new vehicles this year.
Sweet.
Clint,
Of the 100 that I think are registered.
Nice.
Yeah, actually, so Kenny Wallace actually has a huge following on Facebook, too.
Yeah.
Because I think, did he just retire this last year from dirt track racing? I think last year was his, or is it this year is his last year? I forget.
Thought this year was going to be it, but I'm not 100% sure.
Bradley Sturgeon's photos I found on Facebook. A couple guys we took photos with. Okay, thanks, Brad. Get those downloaded quick. Yeah, here's Donnie's new truck, guys. This thing is freaking sharp.
Yeah, Jay Leno, too.
Oh, yeah, we had that video. Thanks, Adam. He drove that mini rod like he stole it. I have that video somewhere. Robbie Fagundes sent it to me.
Yep.
that looked like a really rough ride.
It was. That was the old, what do you call that, whiskey throttle or whatever, Charles? When you crack
it.
it.
That. He got intimidated by it. He needed to just pound it, and he got intimidated.
So here's the world premiere on Let's Go Pulling of Donnie Sullivan's new two-wheel drive.
Yeah, that's sharp.
Yep.
Mucho cool. Is that B&M photos? I want to make sure I give everybody credit for that. So
no, his is watermarked.
yeah, I think this has B&M on it. Bradley Sturgeon sent them to me.
Oh, yep, you're right. That one is at least.
So and then the great Built Diesel Mafia, the YouTube king of the world, has sent me a video. I think this is the first time Donnie said they had it out. I think we would have heard about it.
I haven't seen it before. I thought, like I said, I thought it was that lumberjack truck.
White Schulte wants to know, anybody see the old Buckeye hauler was bought?
Yeah, I saw Chad Mayhill had posted something on there.
Yeah, I saw that too.
I don't know if it was bought or, somebody that has it showed up with it. But yeah, that's pretty cool.
Stone Cold is getting ready to do a show called Stone Cold Does America. Would be sweet to get him in a pulling vehicle. Oh my goodness. Ric Flair on the Woo Superstock. Oh, it's coming together. It's coming together.
Stone Cold. Isn't there a truck that just? No, the truck that won this weekend was
Friday night.
Stone Cold.
No. Messer didn't win Friday night.
Yeah, it was Stone Cold.
Yeah, what's his name?
Oh
shit, Donnie will know. Sullivan, tell us who won. I forget that guy's name.
Bob. David O'Driscoll.
He got close to that left line on Friday night. But it's just a cheap one.
Oh no, he didn't win. It was a stimulus package that won on Friday night, not Stone Cold.
But I think those guys kind of run together. I would assume.
Yeah, but Stone Cold is a truck with TNT.
Hanson Smith stimulus package. Okay,
Yeah.
The Schulte boys. We just got to talk to the Schulte boys. Got to keep them on payroll. They know it all. So all that stuff. It's cool.
Get ready for one of the biggest pulls of the summer, May 19th and 20th. The Pullers Championship, returning to the track at Holzhauer's in Nashville, Illinois, featuring the best pullers in the USA from coast to coast. Diesel tractors producing over 5,000 horsepower, 20,000-pound super semis, diesel 4x4 trucks running 3 turbochargers, and 10,000 horsepower multi-engine modified tractor. $20 entry. Kids 10 and under free. May 19th and 20th at 6 p.m. The Pullers Championship at the track at Holzhauer's in Nashville, Illinois.
How did you did Christie come to you, our title sponsor? Did you go to him? How'd you put that together, bud? Thank you, by the way.
I went to Ryan, yeah.
That's awesome. That was a good interview. That was fun talking to him. I mean, the fact he's a puller, and it was a hoot. It was a hoot.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he. I'm sure we can get him on another night type thing once he gets going too. So the other fun fact is his brother pulls too. So his brother had a 4255 tractor and didn't really give him the thrill that he wanted. So he bought a truck out of Wisconsin. And long story short is the motor's still sitting at Hazley's getting done and waiting to get on the dyno before it comes back to his truck. So
nice.
What truck did he buy?
I couldn't tell you the name. It was a white crew cab, like 2014 white Dodge. So, and then, like I said, he ran it a couple times and then blew it up at down by Kansas City and sent the motor off. So,
Morgan, that was the local radio station down in Illinois that Kerry from Holzhauer's used. We just put video. Chandler put video to it to do a voiceover thing for that commercial. So that was good. Morgan was asking who did that voiceover. I don't know if it's an iHeart radio guy or what. I think that's what Holzhauer uses for us, right? A lot of the iHeart stations. So
I think so, yeah.
But yeah, I mean, so what, guys? We go TPC this weekend. Then Memorial Day is just a bunch of stuff everywhere. And then is Benson? When's Benson?
June 2nd and 3rd.
That's PPL, right? And then
No,
Farley.
that's NTPA.
Yeah.
PPL's only event will be in Nashville this year.
Okay, so that's the two that weekend. So Brad's second poll in 2 weeks is June 2nd and 3rd. And then we got Farley June 9th and 10th. We're helping promote that. And then Hutchinson and Toma. So those three, we're involved with all those, or the Beer Money polling team is. So that's going to be fun. And then there's going to be some full pull bets influence at Toma with some ideas coming out about that. I'll be able to talk about that more in a couple weeks once Chase gives me the green light on that. And then I think, it's going to be a busy, busy summer, guys. Charles, your life's about to go upside down, my man.
We're here. I will not have a weekend where I don't go somewhere until I believe September.
Yep. I feel you.
Yep.
When's WTPA kickoff for you, Brent?
Ellsworth, June 11th, 10th.
So that's the same weekend as Farley?
Yeah, whatever that Saturday is.
Yeah, I think it's a 10th. I got to look. It's a 10th, I'm pretty sure, because I have Ravenna, Nebraska.
Yeah, it's
9th and 10th.
Yep,
Okay.
so June 10th is when we get kicked off. So I'll be going down to Nashville the first weekend in June. So I'll be going back in 2 weeks.
Adam Wilson says, I'll see Charles the next 3 weekends, I think. Is that a sad face or a curious face, Charles?
Curious face, I think.
Curious face, and you are 100% correct. You will.
Because you guys have on-away truck drags next weekend, right?
And then
that'll be the next weekend, and then UCC's after that.
Cool.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, it's
I
cool time.
really thought this was going to be the year to go to UCC.
Same.
Unfortunately, it will not.
I just
But
like it
it's Charles' weekend to entertain. Is it Courtney Enders or?
Yes, she'll be up at Onaway. Yeah.
Who's
Yeah,
that?
that whole thing will be on Flow Racing.
Yeah, Adam was telling me about that.
All I'm saying, get your game right.
I don't know. She might fall for the French guys. I don't know.
Between now and then, you'd better learn French.
I still remember all the curse words.
Yeah,
That's
that'll
funny.
work. That'll work. That'll work.
Yeah.
Just say them really, really loud like he does.
Oh, Courtney's a dude?
No.
No.
Yes,
Courtney's not
Courtney's a dude.
Well, there's French Courtney's. Roos? Well, who are we talking
Google
about?
is your friend.
Okay, tell me who to Google, smartass.
Courtney Enders.
Yep.
Spell the last name.
Enders. You're welcome.
Oh. Well, hello, Courtney.
And suddenly he gets it.
You know,
Charles, you're announcing with her?
I'm not announcing directly with her, but she's like the host for Flow Racing, so I know I will be talking to her at some point throughout the weekend. So
I would like to introduce myself to Flow Racing. I'm sure she has a beautiful voice too.
go on the Shake and Bake podcast. You can watch her she is right there with Lyle from Shake and Bake in the corner there.
Right here.
Yeah.
Who's Lyle? Who cares?
Lyle
You
Barnett.
interviewed him.
So Lyle Barnett is the drag racer.
Oh, the beer money car.
Yeah,
Good
that's
money.
Lyle.
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome. I think we should get Courtney on the show, Charles.
I got no problem trying to figure that out.
Is she related to Erica?
Yeah.
'Cause I see a picture of her and Erica.
Yes.
So
Yeah, it's Erica's sister.
gotcha.
Brent also Googled her.
No, I'm really looking at the screen and there's that picture of them. So yeah, I guess I did Google them off of Schultz's screen.
Wow. I'm sure she's very talented, Charles. I'm excited to meet her. So
Yeah, you should continue Googling. She's pretty successful in a race car.
I
Yep.
see that. Guys,
Her sister's
telling you.
really successful in a race car.
Pulling is the only motorsport that I follow. I'm not like you guys know all the drifters and this guy and this gal. I don't. There's not enough room in my brain for the rest of it. Yep. Let's see. Sean Knopp just sent us pictures of his tractor. I want to show those quick.
While you're pulling those up, when does Ken's daughter make her run at Pikes Peak? And that's coming up here pretty quick, isn't it?
That is coming up soon.
Mm-hmm.
I was just thinking about that. We're talking about other motorsports.
That is. Maybe that isn't as early as I thought.
I'm thinking like mid
End of June is when that happens.
End of June? Okay.
Charles, rumor is there's a bunch of Mitas tires on the 4-1s this weekend. It's going to be. We haven't really seen them on a lot of 4-1s yet, have we? The limited pros.
I don't know. I mean, I'm sure somebody has, but I haven't seen it happen yet.
I know.
I don't know if I've seen it happen yet either. The last I heard, I think Josh Miley made
What
it
was I
back
looking?
at.
What was I looking for, guys? What did I say I was looking for?
Somebody
the,
had pictures of new vehicle.
Oh, okay, that's right. I forgot.
The Red Express tractor at Badger State ran them last year at the end of the year.
Hearings, yeah.
Which is a dead ringer for Rob Russell's Pro Stock.
Robbie Russell. Yep.
Speaking of Robbie, I'm sitting there eating brunch Sunday morning at the local restaurant type of thing, and here in walks Robbie Russell and his family to eat breakfast.
Name dropper.
I went and talked to him. So
He was announced that the Pro Stock champ for PPL this year is going to get a set of Mitas tires.
I don't think the NTPA is giving away Mitas tires.
They're not. PPL is.
Oh, shoot.
Yeah, I feel like that doesn't happen. Not this year, at any rate.
Oh, I love it. Sean Knopp, did you send those to Beer Money Pulling Team or to my personal page? Those pictures. For those of you that are still watching, there's a lot of you. Thank you. The live stream is super easy to get, you guys, at thepullerschampionship.com. If you have any questions about anything about this event, go to thepullerschampionship.com because it'll do it. It'll rock it out. Oh, I sent it to Beer Money. I can't find them. What in the holy hell is going on?
I guess Wortman did try him last fall on a 4-1.
And his chassis is now Stan Shelton's tractor.
No.
No?
Not if we're talking 4-1s.
Oh, no. Tony Wortman had a 5-inch Pro.
Right.
And his chassis is now Stan Shelton's. And the motor out of it is now a Pro Stock that I think Meisinger's got something to do with it. And Van Beeks and Kurt Koima, a 5-inch Pro for the Outlaws. So that's what's going on there. So Andy Leonard was asking about Shelton's. He's going to have a Pro. He's going to have a Pro Mod and a Pro Stock. Or he has a Pro Mod.
And then their 3 mini rods are still planning a campaign as well. So
that's awesome. Sean, I cannot find those pictures for the life of me. I don't know where they are. He's texting.
What are you looking for?
Oh, Sean Knopp sending me pictures of his Ford.
Oh.
And I want to share them. He doesn't know how to use Facebook Messenger.
Also, if you have a red 5.0 Pro Stock you want to sell, let me know. I know a guy looking.
Is that the same guy I think it is?
Probably.
Okay. Just checking.
All right. It's getting late. I'm getting ready for bed here.
Tell me about it.
Charles, I don't know how you stay up this late.
There's some nights it hurts more than others.
Because, I got to go pick up the video board tomorrow. So, and then wrap some things up and out the door on Wednesday.
You guys can take off. I can talk to myself. I've done it before. I feel like I do it every Monday night anyway. So
I just want to do one quick wrap up here for TPC. So again, this weekend, Friday and Saturday, 6 p.m. both nights, $20 each night. Can't make it. Live stream is available. Just go to the website, thepullerschampionship.com. You can find all the invites by going under the 2023 Polars, and then clicking on the class that you want to see. You can also view the lineups by clicking on the lineup tab. Camping is available. It is first come, first serve. Once we fill up the camping area, we will be turning those away. There is a campsite just south of Nashville, just a couple miles at the state park. Lodging or hotels. Last I checked, there's about 10-ish rooms left in Pinckneyville. That's the closest you're going to get, at about 15 minutes away or so. There's also, I think, a couple rooms that opened up in Centralia, Illinois, which is about 15-20 minutes, I believe, as well. Otherwise, you're going to have to go down to Des Moines, which is about 25 minutes, half hour, as well as going to Mount Vernon. Those are pretty much your options that are left. What you see on the shirt here, or the picture here, is our t-shirt design. So t-shirts are available on site. If we have anything left over, we'll make a post about it. Adam, you will, if you're coming on Wednesday night or Thursday sometime in Thursday, you will be just fine for camping. And yeah, I guess that's pretty much just the rundown. If you can't make it, please consider purchasing the live stream. All that money does go back into the purse. So we appreciate it if you can do that. If you know anybody that's interested in watching, send them the link and they can purchase it as well. You can watch it up to a year. So if you purchase it on Friday, you'll have all the way until next May 19th to watch it. Lots of stuff to do at the event as well. You can walk the pits. Gates open at noon both nights or both days. The Raminator truck will be on display. There'll be a kids zone. Plenty of food vendors there. So come out early and enjoy. And we hope to see you guys there. Don't be shy. You can say hi to us if you see us roaming around. But we do encourage you to go talk to the pullers. They're the ones there putting on the show. And you coming and supporting the event or purchasing to watch the event will definitely hopefully increase the purse to something that we can be, proud to say that. I'm hoping that we can say that we have the largest purse ever in polling after this weekend. But it's going to take a lot of people to put their butts in the seats or sit down and watch from behind a computer monitor or a phone or a TV screen. But I'm looking forward to it. So hopefully you guys can make it out and support this event. And I do want to just go through our list of sponsors quick because, again, without them, literally not possible.
Hold on. Stop. Let me do my job. Please. This break in the action brought to you by Jason Wasn't Ready. Now Jason is ready. Okay,
ready?
You can talk now, Yarn.
All right, so 618 Motorsports, Egg Protect One, Max Wheat Company, Egg Venture Waymire Seed, Apex Turbo, Beer Money Pulling Team, Big St. Charles Motorsports, Built Diesel Mafia, Cat Brothers Motorsports, some Pico Lubricants, Chaos Fabrication. Chaos Fabrication is the title or the sponsor of the Pro Stock class. Corsa Data Acquisition, DeKalb Asgrow Seeds, Jonathan Schneider, Eli Lisk, Bear Valley Performance, Farm Credit Illinois, Freight Solutions Group, Gateway Seed, Esden Bartling, Holzauer Pro Motorsports, GMR Motorsports, H&R Ager Power, HD Specialties, Heritage Iron Magazine, Holzauer Auto Motorsports Group, Kuzak Family, Hooked Up Pulling Productions, Hurricane Specialized. I don't know if I'm saying this right. Insurance Agency. We actually just picked them up as a sponsor today, so thank you to them. Joe Bush Egg Repair, Kawasaki Parts Warehouse, RC Fabrication, Lutz Agency. We got to thank them. They're the sponsor for the 85 Limited Pro Stock class, 95 Limited Pro Stock class, and they're also doing a $500 bonus to all the winners on Friday night. So big thank you to the Lutz Agency. Miley Machine and Fabrication, Modern Machine and Tool, our title sponsor. Again, big thank you to them. Prescription Tillage Technology, Pro Polar Tires, the Track of Holes Hours, Salem B Performance, Schultz Mortgage Team, SRMD Solutions, St. Charles Harley Davidson, Super Clean, who's doing a winners package to all of our winners with product, and then Worley Custom Fabrication. Again, without them, literally not possible to have an event like this. This covers all of our fixed costs and event costs, so we can put on this show and then pay pay all the gate money and all the live stream money. We can put that right to the purse. And any extra sponsorship dollars that we do have will also be going back into the pot as well. So hopefully have a little extra for them.
I still think Joe Bush's logo is the coolest logo ever. I just love it. That's so cool. Just caught my eye. This is Schluter's company, right? Freight Solutions Group.
That's his company he works for.
Okay. Gotcha. No, thank you again. Lutz Agency's huge. Obviously, Prescription Tillage Technology, the title sponsor. And then this Holzhauer guy's gotten quite a few logos on here. Thank you, Brad Holzhauer. If you're a puller, you will meet Brad. He'll be an inconspicuous man cruising around on a moped. And he'll come up and talk to you. And he's a great guy. And he's going to ask you questions. And he's just fun. He is so jacked for this event. So.
Mm-hmm.
What about parking? Is it close and will we need to walk a bit? It's right there, isn't it?
Hey, if you go to the event info tab.
Oh, shoot. I just hit stop screen. Give me a second.
So, yeah, it's within walking distance. It's not too bad. If you guys just all buy a brand new vehicle, you can just probably keep it on the lot, and then you have parking right there.
Where are you thinking?
Yeah. Help out. So, yeah, if you can see here where it says enter here, that's where the pullers will be pulling in. Just up to the north there on 60, where it says 264, there'll be a little driveway off there. You'll be parking up, and it's just a mowed down field, and then there's a pathway kind of alongside those trees there that you'll just walk in right by kind of like the kids zone area, just outside of there, and you'll walk towards the entry gate. So
it's really not. It's not
the entry gate to that spectator parking is probably 200 feet.
Yeah,
nice.
It's closer for parking from the spectators than it is from some of the haulers in the back corner.
Yeah.
I'll tell you that right now.
It's Pullers Championship Week. Thanks, everybody, for watching tonight. We appreciate all of you. Our outstanding panel of Let's Grow Pulling hosts. We'll see you guys in a couple days. Yep. Everybody drive safe. Don't die. Don't break the sign yarn, please.
Okay. It's under warranty.
Okay, perfect.
Nice.
See you all soon. Have a great night.
Later.
See you guys.
Get ready for one of the biggest pulls of the summer, May 19th and 20th. The Pullers Championship, returning to the track at Holzhauer's in Nashville, Illinois, featuring the best pullers in the USA from coast to coast. Diesel tractors producing over 5,000 horsepower.
My computer's slower than molasses. It's all jammed up.
Get ready for one of the biggest pulls of the summer, May 19th and 20th. The Pullers Championship, returning to the track at Holzhauer's in Nashville, Illinois, featuring the best pullers in the USA from coast to coast. Diesel tractors producing over 5,000 horsepower, 20,000 pounds super semis, diesel 4x4 trucks running 3 turbochargers, and 10,000 horsepower multi-engine modified tractor. $20 entry. Kids 10 and under free. May 19th and 20th at 6 p.m. The Pullers Championship at the track at Holzhauer's in Nashville, Illinois. Get ready for one of the biggest pulls of the summer, May 19th and 20th. The Pullers Championship, returning to the track at Holzhauer's in Nashville, Illinois, featuring the best pullers in the USA from coast to coast. Diesel tractors producing over 5,000 horsepower, 20,000 pounds super semis, diesel 4x4 trucks running 3 turbochargers, and 10,000 horsepower multi-engine modified tractor. $20 entry. Kids 10 and under free. May 19th and 20th at 6 p.m. The Pullers Championship at the track at Holzhauer's in Nashville, Illinois. Get ready for one of the biggest pulls of the summer, May 19th and 20th. The Pullers Championship, returning to the track at Holzhauer's in Nashville, Illinois, featuring the best pullers in the USA from coast to coast. Diesel tractors producing over 5,000 horsepower, 20,000 pounds super semis, diesel 4x4 trucks running 3 turbochargers, and 10,000 horsepower multi-engine modified tractor. $20 entry. Kids 10 and under free. May 19th and 20th at 6 p.m. The Pullers Championship at the track at Holzhauer's in Nashville.